Does education matter in government? Let's talk about this because almost 300 councillors in KwaZulu-Natal can neither read nor write. And this is according to the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, who did a skills audit report. 300 out of 1,944 councillors, which translates to about 15% of the councillors in KwaZulu-Natal, can neither read nor write. Now, the question is this contributing to issues of quality of service in local government? I think that it is. Now, in 2021, local government, right, had an estimated expenditure of 540 billion that was allocated from Treasury to operate and deliver services. But when the Auditor General went and checked the books, only 38 municipalities, just 38 out of 257 had clean audits, right? And this is what the Auditor General said. She said that there was poor financial management. She said that municipalities were losing money because of not billing and collecting revenue, that they were using unfair and uncompetitive procurement practices, and also that they were paying for goods and services that they either did not receive or did not use. Now, part of what the Auditor General said, which is important to point out and highlight, she pointed out that poorly managed local government finances directly affect municipalities' ability to deliver the promised services to their communities, and they place pressure on the already constrained public purse. And she said that municipalities continue to neglect municipal infrastructure because of their reactive approach to planning and maintenance. They do not ensure that infrastructure projects, mostly funded by grants, are delivered on time, within budget, and at the right quality. And they do not maintain existing infrastructure either. She said there was an issue with inadequate skills and capacity. And number two, there were governance failures, specifically a lack of institutionalized finance and performance management controls. Now, as a result of these two things, the inadequate skills, the failures of governance, municipalities basically try to cover that up by using consultants. And in 2021-2022, they spent 1.6 billion rands on consultants. And the Auditor General actually said those consultants couldn't do quality work either, right? So vacancies, skills gaps, capacity gaps, governance failures, use of consultants. What do these all have to do with a lack of reading, a lack of writing? I think it's related. Because if you cannot perform certain management functions, you can't prepare for meetings, you can't evaluate performances, you can't look at the books. And that creates, one, failures of preventing corruption, failures of preventing wasteful expenditure, failure for preventing unauthorized expenditure, and failure to execute duties. And if you think even deeper than just failure to simply read and write, there are some people who can read and write, but they don't have certain managerial understanding, certain managerial literacy, and also don't pose much of a contribution even though they're councillors. Councillors have a lot of work to do. It's not all about reading and writing documents, but documents are part of it. And if you can't read and write, are you really going to be able to do a great job as a councillor? What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that this reading and writing issue is a big crisis? Do you think that politicians need to be educated in order to be able to do their work? Or do you think that that's too harsh or too elitist? Let's have a chat.